Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Newsmakers Podcast, presented by the Tip Gazette, your local source for news. If you live in Tippecanoe, Tip City, Ohio. If you live in Tip City, Ohio, it's your local source for news about Tip City, Ohio. So it really works really well. It's very exciting. And today we have on the show Tasha Weaver from the Downtown Tip City Partnership. I'm looking at something and I'm talking about you, and I can't do two things at once. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. How have you been? Are you enjoying the weather?
I am not enjoying this weather.
I am so tired of winter.
My skin hurts. My skin hurts.
You just said that, and I looked around for lotion in the studio, and I'm like, we don't have any of that here. And I'm thinking, it's that kind of year.
Yeah.
Well, I should have lotion about. No, I'm officially done with winter. How are you?
I am good. I'm going to text Tanya and tell her that she needs to bring you some lotion.
Well, yeah, they're across the street.
I know.
So maybe I'll just walk over there and knock on the door and say, I need lotion, please, for the studio. But Tasha's joining us today to talk about some upcoming events in March and April. And we already did an episode on this, and so much has changed that we want to do some updates on that. So but you're doing good? Everything's all right?
Yeah, things are going great. We have so much going on in March, and
March
is going to be here before you know it.
We had a meeting about this yesterday, and it was supposed to be an hour, and it went for like an hour and a half because there's so many things that are happening. It's kind of crazy. So, and I don't even know how you keep track of all these events, but the best place I have found to look for this stuff is on your website. So you want to talk about that real quick first, and then we'll get into the details.
Absolutely. So our website is downtowntipcity.org. Bashfu runs our website. They do a great job of it. And
I hear good things about them.
Yeah, they do a great job.
They seem pretty cool.
Keeping the website updated.
And that's Michael McDermott. Irish guy, right?
Yeah. Okay. You have to do that at our March 7th event.
I refuse to do that accent.
Okay.
Anywhere but on the Newsmakers Podcast, presented by the Tippecanoe Gazette.
Oh, I love that one. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. So,
but people can look on your website and they can see a list of the upcoming events. And some of them are like ticketed events that you want to buy tickets for. You buy the tickets through the website. Is that how it works?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I'm looking at it right now. And I put all these events up in January.
Lot.
And I know I put my Explore Downtown event up there, but I'm sure that there was some kind of field that I did not put
It's funky,
correct.
And you can't get it.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not on there.
So, but we are going to fix that, and it's going to be on the website. But if not, we are having an Explore Downtown Easter pictures at the library the first Saturday of April.
So it looks like you've got something coming up even on March 1st, the very first of the day of March, and that's the declutter day at the depot.
Yeah, so the train
that's still
depot,
on. That's still going to happen.
Yeah, it is. Unless we get some kind of crazy storm, then we do have a rescheduled date. I don't have that date in front of me, but you never know.
I'm not going to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it.
Right. So for now, all plans are for March 1st from 10 to 1. And this is open to anybody that would like to help our design committee come out and clean out the train depot.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's where we store a lot of our event supplies. And, Tipapalooza has a stage stored in there. There's just, it needs organized. It needs cleaned out. The totes need gone through. And it's just a big building. So it's just a chance to give back to the community by helping to take care of one of our historic train depots.
It's a neat reuse of an existing location that's been around, obviously, for a very, very long time.
It's such a cool space.
I like that you're part of the partnership's mission is preservation and reuse and that kind of thing of historical buildings. And that's like a perfect example of let's not tear that down. Let's use it for something interesting.
Yeah.
And that's great.
So even if you're interested in that building itself, this is the rare time where we're going to have those doors open and you can come and check it out from 10 to 1.
It's a neat space to walk through. It is.
Yeah. So we're going to have something warm and yummy for our volunteers to have to keep everybody motivated, and it's just going to be a fun day of volunteering.
Well, fingers crossed the weather stays nice for that, and that's on March 1st.
That's March 1st.
Saturday. That's a Saturday. And then what's coming up after that? That's your...
And then we are going to roll right into our first Friday event of March. and that is the St. Patrick's Day or St. Patty's Day beer crawl.
Nice. That's exciting. I'm excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun, and that's March 7th from 5 to 8 downtown. And the check-in, where do you check in for that?
You're going to check in at Mock Cabinets by Design. And I will tell you that the opening the check-in early for the bourbon and chocolate event really worked well. So we're looking at doing that again. So we're probably going to open check-in at 4:30 for those people that want to end their experience at Mock Cabinets.
Okay.
Because we do know that some people want to begin their night at Mock and some people want to end their night at Mock's. So
or make a whole loop and do it twice.
right.
That'd be exciting.
Whatever floats your boat.
That's good. So you may or may not open early for that, but people can get there early and get in line for that kind of thing, so they're ready to go. And tell me about the beer crawl. What's going to happen?
So you will check in at Mock Cabinets, and then you're going to get your pint glass. So you're going to get your pint glass. It's got the logo of some of our sponsors on it. And then you're going to have 12 tickets in that bag. And each one of those tickets are going to be redeemable for 4 ounces of beer, cider, or seltzer at one of our stops.
That's a lot of beer samples. That's great. I love a little beer sample. You get to try out all kinds of new things, different things. And no, it's good. I love that.
So it's going to be a fun night. You know, all of our merchants really go above and beyond, and they make our events experiences. You know, it's not just an event. It truly is an experience. We were talking earlier, you know, about Tanya at Living Simply Soap.
Yeah.
She's going to have a hot dog bar at Living Simply Soap.
Is she like also a location for beer?
Yeah.
And then so she, like on their own, just decided to also augment that with like a little food experience.
Yeah,
at the
all
same
of our
place.
merchants do. So they're either going to have a fun game to play or a little snack, or they have something. They have
cool.
some kind of experience to engage people.
I love the fact that they're into it and that they like lean in and they're like, we're going to do something. We're going to have a bunch of people in our place.
Yeah.
Because of the partnership in this event. Let's take advantage of that and make it fun and cool for the guests.
Yeah,
I love that.
Because, I mean, it would be boring if people just walked in, got a beer sample, and
walked out.
Cheerio.
And it helps keep them in a little bit longer, and they can wander around and kind of explore the shop and maybe come back later and buy something.
Yeah,
That'd
absolutely.
Be awesome. That's awesome. And then it says the second ticket is for the beer crawl and carry out dinner. What is that?
Yeah, so this year we've added an element to our beer crawl. So when you choose your ticket, you have the option of adding a dinner with your ticket.
Really?
So the dinner would be a brown bag from Bodega. And, you know, if you're buying your ticket today, you don't know what Bodega's menu is going to be for the beer crawl.
Right, exactly.
So you might not like it.
Right.
But Bodega said, hey, you know what? That's cool. We're going to give you this coupon. So the coupon that you get at check-in is technically good for 90 days.
Really?
You
Okay.
do not have to use it the night of the beer crawl.
That's cool.
You can
I like
use
that.
it for up to 90 days.
I know with the beer crawl, I want to like go around and hit all the locations. So that's a neat like add-on. I like that.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
It's, you know, still supporting the partnership, and you're going to go to Bodega. Everybody's going to go to Bodega.
Everybody's there every day. I got in line the other day and I'm like, la, la, la. And I like spent like 20 minutes in line talking to all the different people for lunch. I'm like, it's so cool. And
you're like, what did you do for lunch? I networked. I went through the line of Bodega.
I stood in line at Bodega and I talked to the chief of police, and then I talked to the city manager. You know, anybody is in line at Bodega to get their lunch.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
It's a good lunch.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good. Anything else on the beer crawl that's changed? Anything we need to know about that's up to date on that? Or are we good?
I will say that our early bird tickets, if somebody was able to snag one of those early bird tickets, or any of our friends downtown are attending the beer crawl, they are going to have a special VIP badge in their check-in bag. And when they get down to Fox and Feather, they're going to be able to redeem that VIP badge for a free t-shirt.
Really? Are you kidding me? Free t-shirt too?
Yeah.
That's included in, that was included in the early bird tickets.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yep. So only early bird tickets and Friends of Downtown will have that VIP badge.
Good. Awesome. And if, I'm excited about the event. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. And if you missed out on that early bird ticket and you want one of those t-shirts, you can become a Friend of Downtown at any time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. Yeah. That's what we want. Good. Well, I'm excited about that event. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, and then after that, we have a preservation assessment workshop with David Mertz.
Yeah, what is that? We kind of
So-
talked about that last time, but it sounds like that's also kind of evolved a little bit since we chatted. That's March 10th.
That is March 10th. It's going to be at 6 o'clock at the Tip City Library.
Okay.
Dr. Mertz is coming in, and he is going to be just really talking about what you need to be doing to buildings to preserve them. And then on Tuesday, he's going to walk around to 8 different buildings, and he's just going to give them assessments. It's a great program, and we are really excited to be the first community in 2025 to have the honor of bringing Dr. Mertz to their community for this preservation workshop.
That is so cool. So it's a 2-part thing. There's a lecture on the 10th
Yes.
in the evening at the library for anybody.
For anybody.
Okay.
It is open to the public. We highly encourage you to come. There's no registration needed.
And that's the night before, and then the next morning, Tuesday, he's going to walk around with you and some other people and
With the property owners.
okay.
So if there are building owners that are on Main Street and the surrounding Dora district, probably from about Hyatt to the canal, that are interested in having this assessment, they can email me at tasha@downtowntipcity.org. And there's some questions that we will respond with the week before the assessment. We're going to look through those and send them over to Dr. Mertz and make sure, those are good, and he'll go through those properties. If this was my building, these are the updates that I would make to ensure that it's here for a long time.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's all about the preservation of the
Historic
building.
preservation. It's about making the property
Able
be
to
around
last,
for
yes.
another 100 years.
Yeah, it's all about
so
preserving
cool.
properties.
That is so cool. And that's so cool that you got him to come to town and do that.
Because, there's so many communities that don't have a downtown.
Yeah.
And there are so many communities that wish they had our downtown. Yeah, and then in April, we are going to honor our volunteers.
No joke.
No joke.
No, it says April 1st, so that it could be a joke.
No, but it's no joke.
It's not a joke at
Yeah,
all.
we love our volunteers, and it was very important to me. This is something that I approached the board with, and thankfully they unanimously have voted for
That
me to
is
do
cool.
it. So
That is cool.
yeah,
And you're giving back to the people that help.
yeah.
I like it.
A huge shout out to Tip City Pizza. I have been talking to a couple different places about my idea, and when I talked to them, they said, okay. So they are closing to the public on April 1st. So this is an exclusive event. You need to be invited to attend. And if you have been a volunteer since March of 2023, you're invited. So if you have participated in any of the partnership's events or committees, that automatically gets you an invitation to this event.
That is so cool.
Yeah. It's from 5 to 9. You can drop in any time. You do not have to stay the entire time. There will be live music from one of my favorite bands, Reflection, from 6 to 8.
Very cool.
Yeah. Free food, bowling. So unlimited pizza, unlimited bowling. We are going to have domestic draft beer.
Nice. You're going to have beer and
Complimentary.
pizza.
Okay. Complimentary.
Complimentary drinks.
Drinks, but only certain drinks. So it's domestic draft beer, high noon seltzers, because that's what I like to drink when I'm golfing,
That's the good stuff.
and rabbit hole bourbon made into an old fashioned.
This sheet here says that people are going to be putting against you. Now,
Yeah.
wait a second. Aren't you a professional golfer?
I am not a professional golfer.
I have heard that you've traveled the world golfing. So that means you're a professional
Yes,
golfer.
I am not a professional golfer,
Okay.
but
Have I ever flown to the Turks and Caicos to play golf? No, I have not.
I haven't either.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, you
But I do
go
love
places
Turks.
and play golf, and you so there people have no chance here. They're
That's
not going to
not
win.
true.
They're not going to win against you.
That is not true.
Is there a putting green, or how's this
Yeah,
going to
I'm
work?
going to bring a practice putting green.
Okay.
I have like 5 or 6, so I'm just going to pick one and bring it, and I'm going to putt and mark it on the little,
Okay. And then other people will putt against you to see if they can beat your score, and you'll be blindfolded, right? How's that going to
sure.
work?
Yeah, I'm going to be blindfolded.
We have to make it fair.
We're going to
You're
do
an
something
expert.
fun with it.
Okay, good. Well,
I've got some ideas.
You're much better at putting than I am. I guarantee that.
But if you beat me, you're going to get an extra raffle ticket.
That is very cool. And I'm excited to hear Tip City Pizza's on board with this, and they're making this a private event. That is so cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a great night.
If people did want to volunteer
Yeah.
for this or any of the events that are happening this year, how would they get a hold of you, or how would that work?
They could go to the website, downtowntipcity.org. They can email me at tasha@downtowntipcity.org, or they could send me a text at 937-667-0883.
And do you have volunteer opportunities coming
We
up?
do. The volunteer opportunities, we have the Depot Cleanout Day. That's open to all volunteers. Our spring beautification, our Adopt a Pot's going to be coming up.
And that's the pots downtown, and you have volunteers that like maintain those?
Yeah,
Is that how that works?
we have volunteers that plant them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then also do a few maintaining things throughout the year. This morning I talked to our incredible city manager, so we might have another
He's pretty cool. I like him.
volunteer opportunity coming this spring that's going to be all about the beautification of downtown.
Nice.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're more of I really like events, I want to help with events. We always have upcoming events. The partnership, you can guarantee we'll have at least one event a month.
Right.
So I've always got something that you can volunteer with, or if you are someone that, maybe you want to file or you do data entry, we're always looking for volunteers for that. Really, if you have any kind of skill and you want to volunteer, I could probably find a use for you.
Right. Or somebody who needs somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I was going to say, this is the kind of thing I always tell people when you first move to town, you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
This is a great way to get involved and volunteer and meet a lot of people and and make some new friends and meet some new people and get involved. And you're also like giving back.
I know this is my job, but I didn't know anybody when I moved here.
Right.
And now I've met everybody that I know through the partnership.
Yeah,
so.
and you know everybody who's anybody now, so that's pretty cool. You're the mover and the shaker.
Come and volunteer.
Come and volunteer, and it's like you're skipping to the front of the line of all the cool people in town, right?
I don't know about all that.
Oh, you see, but you'll meet all the cool people.
You will definitely meet all the cool people in
by
town.
By osmosis, like rubbing up against all these people,
you just become cooler.
Cool. Yeah, you'll become one of the cool people if you volunteer with the Downtown Tip City Partnership.
Yeah, but no, I'm really excited. I think this is one of the events that I'm most excited for in 2025, just because I really love giving back to the community, and I know how important volunteers are in the nonprofit sector, and I've never had to deal with that before in any of my careers. So I'm just like, oh, I love these volunteers and I need them to stick around forever. So I'm going to reward them.
And not only are you giving back to the community, you're giving back to your community of people that help you do your job and make all these events and everything happen. So it's great. It's like a double awesome thing.
Yeah, and any funds that are raised from the raffle, because people are not going to need to pay for anything while they're there other than if they want to get extra raffle tickets. Those funds will just go into, our basic operation funds.
That is so cool. People should really show up for that also, just to see if Tasha's going to putt blindfolded. I think that's the main reason I'm going to go.
You're going to make me blindfolds
and
to me around 3 times.
Yeah. You're putting and you break a window, and then Tip City Pizza's like, oh man, we're losing money. Now I got to replace that old window.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay, good. Well, I think it'll be exciting. I'm excited. And then I'm looking at your event list here. It looks like you've got one more event in April.
No. So April, we also have the Explore Downtown.
Yes. What's that about?
That is the one that somehow I keep forgetting to mess up when I'm
So
putting
this is like an
this.
exclusive. So tell me about it, and I'll tell people about it on the Tippecanoe Gazette official podcast known as the Newsmakers, and then they'll be able to hear it here.
Yes. Yeah. So Explore Downtown.
Explore Downtown.
It is going to be that first Saturday in April.
Okay. What's the date on that? Do you know?
I want to say it's April 5th.
Go ahead. Say it then.
Okay. It's April 5th.
Okay, good. It's this first Saturday, whatever that is.
And then, for lack of a better term, I feel like you are trick-or-treating through the downtown businesses, except for instead of candy in your bags, you're getting eggs in your bags.
Nice. Okay. Eggs in your bags. Real eggs?
No.
Okay.
That would be really expensive right now.
That would be very expensive. I was going to say, are they made of gold?
Plastic candy eggs.
Eggs in the downtown. Got it. Yeah. I love it. And it's like a little Easter egg hunt.
It is.
For adults.
No, it's for kids.
Okay, for kids.
But I will tell you, I have these eggs in my office, and
You should save them because they're going to be very valuable. So one of the eggs you're saying is going to have bourbon in it. So be careful when you open it because it's going to get everywhere.
Do you want to know a secret
I do want to know a secret.
that nobody knows except for Christy Jacobs and Andrea Hoover?
And all the listeners of the Newsmakers podcast.
I better not tell you then.
Okay, no. Don't tell me. Okay, yeah.
The
tell
Mom
me.
Shop Hop.
Yes.
We're gonna have margarita samples.
Oh, my.
I know.
When is that?
It's in May.
May? Okay.
Yeah.
Margarita samples.
Margarita samples.
Mom margarita.
Moms and margaritas go
Moms and
hand in
margaritas,
hand.
they do. They
Yeah.
really do. They should.
Yeah.
All
So,
moms should get free margaritas wherever they go.
We got all some details to work out on that, but
Do
it's
they
gonna
have
be fun.
margarita samples
samples
for the mom shop
Moms.
hop?
Yeah.
That's going to be
So
exciting.
then they know that they can, get that sample.
It's
and
a
when they're
secret.
done, they can go down to Coldwater and just get a full size door
And
one.
get a full one. And then, yeah, that'll be good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this
More
Explore.
collaboration.
Is it Explore downtown or is it Eggs Explore?
Explore.
Okay, see, I figured you would do something funky with that. So,
Yeah, I did.
And that's on, what are the times on that? Do you know that Saturday?
I don't know. I want to say it's
TBD?
11 to 1. It's going
Ish?
to be around-ish that.
Okay. I'll put ish next to that.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be on your website at
Yes,
some point.
it will be on the
Okay.
website.
And that is a chance to explore the downtown, visit a bunch of different shops, and the kids can get eggs. It's like a little, like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, and they get their picture taken with the bunny at the Tip City Public Library.
Bunny picture. I love it. That's awesome.
So, yeah, a lot of fun. And then we also are going to have our quarterly community and business update, the Taco Tip. So that is a collaboration with the Tip City Chamber of Commerce
Yes,
and the
got
Downtown
it.
Tip City Partnership.
I love that.
And
That's a great one.
Meredith and I have made the decision that we are hosting all of our Taco Tips in the lower level of the Monroe Township building.
okay,
It
good.
just went over pretty well. Having it there, we had over 30 people at our one in January. So
Mm-hmm.
we want to continue that momentum, and that space offers us the ability to grow.
Oh,
as
yeah. There's a
large
lot
as
of
we
room
want
down
to
there.
grow.
Yeah.
And it's also
And
very
it smells
convenient.
like donuts down there.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's
Yeah.
convenient for both Meredith and I because
Yeah, it's-
it's same building as our office.
You walk out your door and you go down the stairs. It couldn't be more convenient.
But we have to carry all the coffee and the treats and snacks down there, so
Yeah.
it's nice. And then everybody knowing where it's going to be every time also helps as well because you just know, hey, it's time for that quarterly meeting. We're gonna go to
Yeah, that's what Meredith was saying about their coffee chats that she has Tuesday mornings
Yeah.
at her office. And I'm like, where are those? And she's like, my office always, because consistency is good for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And people can plan for it. They know where to park. They know when to get there. So no, that's awesome. And what do they cover? What do you cover at those business updates?
Really, it's whatever the people that attend want to cover. It is very much a pass the mic type of thing. Meredith and I will start it off. Just we'll
You're
go.
saying it's an open mic thing, so people sing and dance. And
no,
do they bring their guitars and play the guitar?
an informational open mic.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
There's
So-
no poetry reading or anything.
I mean,
like
if
that?
anybody would like to do that, I will definitely invite you.
What if I want to
especially-
tell jokes? Hey, whatever.
That's fine.
I don't tell jokes. I'm not funny.
Hey, if that's what you want to use your microphone that we pass you at the Taco Tip to do, that is fantastic.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
But you want people to give like business updates and talk about
Yeah.
what's going on around town.
So
That's very cool.
It just starts out with Meredith and I just talking about what's going on at the
Mm-hmm.
partnership or the chamber in the upcoming quarter. And then we pass it off to whoever's sitting next to us and they talk about whatever's going on in their business.
It's
in
like
that
a round
quarter.
table.
Yeah, it's
I
perfect.
love that. That's great.
It's very informative and you really learn about what all the businesses in the community are doing.
Right.
So
And that's good to do. I've noticed that a lot of times with the city council meetings or some of the other meetings that we have where the interesting part isn't necessarily like whatever the topic is that you're there to talk about.
Yeah.
It's like the networking and the, hey, what's going on at Regal Rexnord? Or, hey, what's going on at the soap store? That kind of thing. And you get a sense of like what's happening around town. And it's not like official, but that's
Right.
like actually as informative as whatever the official topic was. So
Absolutely.
that's good. That's good.
So
So that's the 24th, and what is that day? Is that a Saturday?
no, it's a Thursday.
Thursday afternoon, Thursday morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yeah,
That'll
and
be
they
fun.
are completely free. So
And do you want
Come
people
on
to
down.
sign up ahead of time so you know how many people, or is that like a wander in the door?
It's just a wonder in the door type
Okay.
of thing.
Good. That is exciting. Well, anything else happening in April and May or March and April that you want to chat about?
Oh my gosh, I don't know that I can think of.
Don't you have enough going on? Oh my goodness.
So there is a canal jumper fundraiser.
I like
so
those
You know what the
guys.
canal jumpers are? Do you want to explain to the listeners
Well,
about
some
the canal jumpers?
some Yahoo
Yahoo?
named Reed Spencer, silly guy, me. We decided we were going to start a baseball team in Tip City, and he had the idea of making it a vintage baseball team. So we started a vintage baseball team, but it's been around quite a while, and it's the Tippecanoe Canal Jumpers, and they play vintage baseball. And you said they're doing a fundraiser?
Yeah, Long Shots. So it's March 19th.
Oh, I love Long Shots.
So you just go to Long Shots and get some food and drive some golf balls and give back to the...
Will you be
The canal
there
jumpers.
putting against people for tickets? Is that's a different event?
That's a different event.
Okay, good.
I will be at Long Shots, however.
You will be there. Will you be blindfolded when you're at Long Shots?
I probably will not be golf.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Well, that's the Canal Jumpers. And what's the date on that? Do you know?
That is March 19th.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and telling us about all the stuff that's happening in March and April in the downtown Tip City
Partnership.
area and presented by the downtown
Tip City Partnership.
Partnership. Yes, thank you. And this is exciting. Lots of fun stuff going on. If you want to know more, go to their website at downtowntipcity.org. And if people want to get involved or join as a friend of the partnership or just to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
Downtowntipcity.org. My email is tasha@downtowntipcity.org, or reach out to me via my cell phone at 937-667-0883.
That is awesome. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's nice to have you in the new studio. We get to sit around and chat and look at the big TV and point and talk about all the exciting stuff that's happening
Yeah.
around town.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job of having all this stuff happen. It's great.
Well, thank you.
I'm excited. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us for this episode of the Newsmakers Podcast. I'm just going to keep making that pause longer and longer until people tune out. No, I'm
Thank
not
you for
gonna-
coming to the Tasha and Meredith show.
Tasha and Meredith show presented by
The news.
There you go. Thanks for listening to the Newsmakers Podcast presented by the Tippecanoe Gazette. And if you want to know more about what's going on around Tip City, I'd subscribe to the paper. That's what I tell people.
Oh, yes, most
That's
definitely.
the bestest.
So the Tippecanoe
They know what they're doing
Gazette,
over
they
there.
are where we send every single press release.
Everything goes there
Everything.
and everything gets printed there. And if we don't have room in the paper,
They are
FYI,
local go-to source.
your go-to source. Your
They should
source.
be everybody's local go-to
Everybody's source. Your source for news in the downtown Tip City area and other areas. We have expanded. FYI, I own the paper, so that's why I'm doing this. We have expanded. We're covering Vandalia. We're covering New Carlisle, West Milton. So if there's something you want to know that's going on in the area, chances are pretty good we know about it, and we'll put it in the paper for you to read.
Yeah, and if you live in West Mountain or Vandalia or the surrounding areas, we welcome you to become friends of the Downtown Tip City Partnership. It is
Absolutely.
not just for people of Tip
No.
City. It is for anybody that is interested in historic preservation.
Yeah, yeah, and wants to see Tip City like thrive and grow
Absolutely.
and continue to stay a cute little downtown. That people come to town and visit me and they're like, "Your downtown is so cute," and the first thing I say is, "That takes a lot of work."
Yeah.
It really does.
It does.
Because a lot of places don't have one, or
Would
if
you
they
like to see my 56-page work plan?
no, thank you. I'm going to pass on that. But if they did, most towns don't have a cute little downtown like that. And if they did, it went away a long time ago.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is you really have to have people and organizations that are focused on what are we going to do to keep this for our kids? You know,
Yeah, because one
what do
person
we?
can't do it by themselves.
No.
Regardless of how passionate they are.
Exactly.
It takes
Yeah.
more than one person.
Yeah, you got to have a bunch of people working together. You got to have some people involved with how do you get funding from different organizations like the foundation or even at the statewide level. How do you bring people in to assess.
Maybe that's something that we
properties
should
and-
talk about is the 4 different committees that the partnership has and how the partnership works. Because
a
I
great
bet a lot
idea.
of people don't even
No,
realize
nobody knows.
that.
Nobody knows. That's a great idea. Let's do that. That's a
Okay.
good idea. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me and Tasha from the partnership, chatting about these events that are coming up in the next couple of months. We're excited about it. If you want more info, go to downtowntipcity.org. And if you want more information on the website for the paper, it's www.tipgazette.com. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll talk soon.